Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the IS-7. It's a tier 10 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the southeast spawn of Pearl River Encounter, and it's under the command of SlyMeerkat, and he's working to try and get his third mark of excellence. Unusually, he hasn't got a platoon mate in this battle. Must have been doing it on his own. Well, this tank started life as the Object 260, and you can see many similarities between this and the tier 10 reward tank, which is the reward for completing the fourth set of personal missions. It's basically a project that carried on from the IS-5, which was the Object 730, and the IS-6, which was the Object 252 and 253. It was created by Nikolai Fedorovich Sheshmurin. I think it's the name of the person who was chief designer. Good shot there into the T-54 lower plate. It's a 13 centimeter gun, and it's capable of doing 490 alpha, penetrating 250mm with standard ammo, and with the APCR ammo it will go through 303mm. And because he's marking this tank, he needs the extra pen to make sure every shot counts, and that's why he's using nothing but APCR and a couple of rounds of HE, well, 5 rounds of HE. Okay, he's made it into the centre at the moment, and that's essential if he wants to reset the cap. Unfortunately, he takes one round from the Char Future, and that was a 105mm. He's now got a teammate with him to help take these guys down. Puts another shell into the Char Future, but yes, again he takes a hit. He can't keep exchanging damage and exchanging hit points. He needs somebody else to take the burden. In fact, that Char Future is now out the game, and this one, well, he made a big error coming around that corner, and now he's in a whole world of trouble because he just got rammed up the rear. And that means now he's received almost as much damage as a hit from that one alone, and now he's out the game with the next shot. There's another Char Future in there, but he is now about to receive damage from different tanks, because there's two of them in it, the Super Conk and also Sly, so they'll share the damage whilst getting the hit points out of that Char. Oh, C-54. Now he's difficult to kill when he's in a hull down, and he was basically hull down there, but the Conqueror managed to bounce the shell off the top. Now I think Sly's decided the best thing he can do is go around the other way and try and catch him from a different angle. And when he did that, he almost got shot at by somebody else. Was he going? No. He has decided to go down this way, and I think he's going to come around and attack them from a different direction. I didn't anticipate he would go all the way down here to come back up again. Or has he changed his mind? Well, he can shoot at the enemy cap area from here, just trying to get the gun to go down. Didn't get the hit. The gun depression on this tank is 6 degrees. It's not that much. Now, they started work on this tank, well, it was actually, they started work on this tank after the IS-2, and they were drawing up plans for the KV-4 at the same time, which is the Object 906. He finally did manage to get a critical hit, but he's actually getting a bit, I think he's getting a bit teed off with that Char Future. That's better. Got a high roll on that one. Or is it high roll? No, low roll actually, because it's 490, isn't it? It was one of the most technologically advanced tanks of its time. They started work on it December 1945 at the factory in Leningrad, but unfortunately it wasn't accepted in the end. They actually went for the T10 instead of the IS-7, which is kind of a pity, because the drivers and the people who are actually using the IS-7 said it was very responsive, and the slightest touch an adjustment was enough to make it do what they wanted to do. I guess they thought in the end that the T10 was better because it was a lighter tank. This one's 70 tons, and the the T10 was a lot lighter. It was about 50 tons in weight. So obviously there would have been less weight, less work to actually manufacture a T10 than there was than the IS-7. And they finally managed to get rid of that Char Few 204. In fact, the Progetto got him, but he's very low on hit points now. And so they're having to be careful. The T-54 is coming to view. He's just blown his load. And that shell goes in, and 442 out of that. Low roll again. He's trying to back up when these guys are trying to get in, which is causing a bit of problems. Okay, there's a whole bunch of tanks still in here. An AMX 5120, a Viz 55. This may be the reason why he pulled out of the village square, because there was just too many enemy tanks to deal with, and he thought that it was actually better to pull out and not to have to deal with it all at the same time. It's a nice round through the sides of the Viz 55. He must be reloading, that's why he allowed that to happen. But remember, he's got that terribly dangerous 13cm gun. We don't want to get hit by that twice. So there's 2 hits there. He goes for the ram, didn't get it. Now this could be costly, but here's the M66 going. Oh, it wasn't the M60, it was the M60, and he got the ram kill on the Viz 55, so that took him out of the game. There's only 4 enemies left. I think he was grateful there, because he didn't want to get any damage from that Viz 55, and I'm sure that Viz wanted the hits on him. We can't really get shots on these guys over the far side. Oh, did he? Yes, he did actually. I'm very surprised though. He actually managed to shoot at them from long range. I doubt if he can get the ones near the enemy spawn point though. No, he hasn't got any clear shot. He needs to go around the other side if he's going to get a clean shot. The EBR 105. Well, I can't understand why he's just sitting there. Okay, might have a shot here. Yes, he does. Nice shot. High roll as well. 554 on the 121B, and that's a dangerous opponent. Yeah, he needs to change position. He hasn't got a shot with from here. Yep. Decided to do that nervous flick of his finger on the mouse. Changes position. Can't get the shot on the EBR because he dies before he gets a lineup. Okay, so he's having to pull back again, go round. That 121's still there. There's only 2 enemies left, the 121B and the E50. Oh! Unfortunately, the 121 gets a lovely little shot into his engine, and he's still on fire, but he's stopped losing hit points. Oh dear, lost a lot of health there to a lucky shot for the 121B, but he is the last enemy alive. Can he get the kill shot? He's got 6,800 damage. He might have the high caliber. We'll just have to wait and see. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first class tanker for SlyMeerkat in the IS-7, but it wasn't just the first class, it was also his 3rd mark of excellence. Congratulations, 3 marks on the barrel. Now, he doesn't have to prove it to anyone now. He knows how to handle this one. He also got a fire effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. Yes, he did get it, as well as a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. In fact, he only got 1 kill in the entire game, and that was the Char Few 204, at least one of them. There was quite a lot of them on the enemy team. His win rate in that battle, 6,080, which is more than Super Unicum. So let's have a look at team score. And there he is, highest damage, 6,836. The second highest damage was that Viz 55, who had 4,029. So good job that the M60 managed to ram kill him and put him out of the game, because otherwise he would have done a lot of damage to Sly. When it came to the third, it was their 121B, yes, the one who sniped him at distance. He got 3,114 hit points. When it came to kills, it was actually the Viz 55 who did the best with 3 kills, and then 2 kills went to the Progetto 66, the EPR 105, the 60 TP, and the M60 on his own team, whilst on the enemy team, the only tank who managed to get more than 1 kill was the AMX 5120. When it came to Sly, he only got the 1 kill, but you heard about that already. But when it came to base XP, he's top. So he's got the tops in 2 columns. 1,175 went to Sly, 1,044 went to the Progetto 66, and 880 went to the EBR 105. So it looks like he made the right decision to leave the village because it was getting flooded with enemy tanks. And if he'd stayed where he was, where the Super Conqueror was, he probably would have ended up in trouble. So he did the right thing to disengage and get away so he could re-engage with the strength of other tanks on his team. Look at detail, we can see he fired 19 rounds in the game, got 16 direct hits on the enemy and 13 penetrations. Well, he did use the premium ammo. 6,836 hit points altogether, of which 1,045 were at more than 300 meters, and I think one of those shots was actually at the 121B. 8 hits received from the enemy. 5 of them penetrations, 3 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash. One of those pens obviously set the fire. That was the one from the 121, which shows how deadly those things can be. And of course, it was a good player as well. So he was accurately able to put the shell into the engine bay. And that caused Sly some bother, really, because he could have ended up burning up because he was very low on hit points by the end. 720 hit points of damage blocked by armor, 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, but 1 killed, so that's where you got the Confederate, only just got it. 765 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 97,722 credits for the battle, 48,861 for completing a mission, and 146,583 credits altogether. Even though he actually fired a fair amount of premium ammo, he still ended up with a profit of 4,519 credits. That's almost unbelievable, isn't it? Considering the fact that he actually used almost nothing but premium. He had 5 rounds of HE. But I think that what counts here is that he made every round that he could count. He only missed 3 rounds, and only 3 of the rounds, the other rounds that did actually hit, didn't penetrate. So he was making the best of what he could. If he actually had used the free-to-play account, he would have lost credits. But because he actually used the premium account, he came out on top. 1,762 XP, 3,526 for completing a mission, 5,288 experience points altogether. So congratulations there to SlyMeerkat, getting his 3rd mark of excellence in the IS-7. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.